Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Talkinsen. It's Ogechi here. Welcome. Yay. Welcome to my channel. Okay. Thank you so much for coming in, clicking on this video, wanting to watch or listen to what I have to say. So for this video, I'm not going to say too much because what I'm actually going to do is just give advice on certain things I feel could help some of the girls I have seen. Speaking on privilege, especially for those that feel that they do not have the privilege that comes with being good looking, or they are not good looking, so they don't have the privilege that comes with being good looking or pretty, considering that's the title. So I speak not because I know too much. I In these videos I always say I don't really know much. All I just know is what I know and what I observe and what I think. So I am not giving because I am your um appearance expert, relationship advisor, none of that. But I really believe that some of the things that you will hear in this video would seriously, honestly, help you to discern why you have such low self-esteem, or why you're becoming, uh, why you're getting low in your esteem, to say, or becoming low in your esteem due to these issues. So, before we even go into advice, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so yeah, welcome to Talkinsen, where we talk sense into religious, social, and spiritual matters and life matters. Okay, so let's just go into the advice. So, the first advice I would give is for you to be thinking in such a negative way, because it's not just one video I've watched. I mean, this is becoming prevalent in today's society. It is very much happening a lot on TikTok and word of Instagram a little bit, and then now coming into, I mean, most of the videos are kind of on YouTube, so you can watch it for yourself. There are some fun ones and there are some not so fun ones to watch. So let's just start with the first advice. The first point I want to actually give here is to actually, first of all, assess yourself, assess why you have now become very cautious of your looks and you have started developing low self-esteem because of your looks. Why do I say this? Is because if you notice, for most people in this world, if there is no social media, they will not really be comparing themselves a lot with other people in terms of their looks. And I speak that out of experience. I grew up without having to do this. One of the main reasons is because I actually did not grow up in the social media time. Okay, so I did not grow up in the social media time. My teenage years was not spent in social media time. Okay, that's a lie actually. Part of my teenage years was part of it, but that was when social media was a thing. I don't know if you guys remember Pixel, when High Five was still coming in. Okay, let me not review my age. But yes, those were the times. Okay, those were the times, and it was interesting those times. Anyways, but one of the reasons why I say you need to really start assessing yourself, because I find that is because of the fact that people have been focused on looking at other people's life, that they forget about their own life, and then you start comparing yourself. I always say don't compare where you don't compete, because at the end of the day you don't know those people. Okay, they are genetically created differently, you are created differently. Okay, and everyone has their uniqueness that makes them beautiful. Okay, so assess why you start feeling this way. Is that because you some experiences that you've had, or is it because of experiences of others, especially negative experiences of others, that you now start reflecting in your own life and then trying to pinpoint where perhaps in your past life that has happened, when that happened in the past, you didn't really click, or it didn't really disturb you. Now it's disturbing you because you are now trying to connect the dots. Such self-analysis would help, but also you need to be careful not to analyze yourself to the point that you no longer have anything good to say about your looks. The second advice I would give is to remember you have a reality in your own life. There is the social media, there is you, there is the real life. Okay, so the thing I would say is to actually take a break from social media. Okay, go on a purge of social media, go on a fast on social media, go off on social media. If anything, at least one day, let's start with that. If not for one day, 1 week. I have done it in several times, different times. There are times that things will get to you because you've been so busy consuming other people's words, thoughts, emotions, because that's what people do not recognize. 365 days we have in the days in a year. We have in a year. Half, if not more than half of those times are spent on social media, listening to the voice of others that you do not know, people sharing their story, which is all well and good, people speaking on their positive or negative experiences, people showing you their lifestyle, people showing you different things that they want you to know or they want to show you. And sometimes, while some of those things could be actually motivational, educational, and whatnot, for example, what I'm doing now, advice giving, while those things can be educational and supporting, you also need to remember that your reality could be different from those people or is different from these people. And that some of the experiences that the people have, you cannot really equate it to your own life. So, what am I trying to say? Please, let's learn to balance out what is for us and what is not for us. Okay, take yourself out of other people's mind, thoughts, okay, and just be by yourself. You will be surprised how much of self acceptance and self awareness of your looks that you actually start to appreciate, recognize, and start appreciating. Okay, so that's one of the things I would say. Honestly, just get out of social media for a bit, okay? Because sometimes we have emotional connections to experiences of others that we forget that we actually have our own experiences that may not align with those people's emotions. So please purge yourself out of that social media. Purge, take a break, take a break. A day, a week. If not, I've done it for 60 days before. And it was amazing how much self focused I became. Okay, even if you're an influencer, if you notice some influencers just go MIA, missing in action, for some time to sort out their own private life. Okay. So, and also, if this thing is happening around you in your own reality, then it may be a case of also purging out or taking out those voices that do not align with how you're supposed to look at yourself in the positive way. Third one is to remember there is a uniqueness in your look. When we actually discover the uniqueness in the way we are created, the features that we have, one thing I actually discovered is that the features that we have, honestly, are created for a purpose. As long as it's not something that is like a defect that is stopping you from breathing or stopping you from doing day to day things. The features that we have or are created with, they are unique to us. And for those that actually can appreciate those uniqueness, actually would love you no matter what. Will find you good looking, pretty, whatever word that you want to use, no matter what. Okay? So there is something I was actually observing. The skin tone, skin color, and shape of head, everything way we are created. Sometimes I was like, actually, if you try to change yourself, it actually loses it a little bit. Okay? It loses the whole purpose of your own uniqueness. So really look at the uniqueness of your own physical attributes that God has given you and learn to appreciate it. Okay? It's not a case, I'm not going to tell you to go to the mirror and start saying, I am beautiful, I am beautiful. No. Please that's for people that are starters. Maybe that's your first thing. But please, the first thing you need to do is start just looking at yourself and thinking like, I actually like this. I like this about myself. Not that I'm beautiful, because when you're using that word, I am beautiful, you're actually again trying to project to yourself something that others want you to project onto yourself. It's a case of just liking yourself, pretty much. Because if you say you are beautiful and someone else, you go outside and someone doesn't think you're beautiful, you start conflicting with your mind. Okay? You start conflicting with your mind because, as I mentioned, one thing about knowing ourselves is this: there is the self one, the one we accept for ourselves, and there is the ones that other people accept for us. It's good to balance out those two so that they do not affect you in a negative way, and recognize which one is which. Thoughts of others and thoughts of yourself. But then again, we are a social being. So everything that we do is actually at or here, listen to, learn about ourselves is out of social interactions. Okay. Another thing I would give advice is to remember that some of these privileges that some of these people have been saying, oh, I have pretty privilege. I get this from this person because I'm pretty. I get this from this person because I'm pretty. Have you asked, like, how? No, like how? Because someone doesn't just show up and they are given something. One of the reasons why I say ask how, because not everyone that is good looking is actually appreciated. Okay? Not everyone that is good looking get privileges. There is more to the story, please. There is more to the story. There is something I always say is to ask for likability. When people don't like you, no matter how good looking you are, they still don't like you. No matter how good looking you are, they may still not support you. They may still not give you things that you think you ought to get. No matter how pretty people think you are, they may still not have that likability. So one of the things I would say is to ask for likability. Please, even you have to pray for it, start praying for it. The spirit of likability. Okay? Because that spirit is what actually leads people to action. Your looks alone doesn't. It doesn't. I'll give you an example. So my sister's ex-boyfriend, brother, that's the way I'll put it, mentioned something. He told her a story. Out in town, saw a girl, very beautiful in his own eyes. He thinks this girl is super good looking. Okay? Apprehensive to approach the girl because I think he was thinking that he probably has someone. So she has someone, or that, you know, she's just maybe too pretty to be approached. Upon getting the courage to approach this girl, said to the girl, "You are good looking." The girl honestly melted and was so excited that he was able to compliment her. He was not going to ask her out or anything like that. He just wanted to appreciate her looks. My dear, many people are flaunting different kind of looks nowadays to get attention, but not everyone are being approached to tell them they are good looking. It doesn't mean that they are not good looking, but it takes a lot for someone to appreciate you. So what I'm trying to say here, I mean, hopefully if that sinks in your head, is she said thank you. She was so happy that someone was able to appreciate her, and she said this thing, and I hope this sinks in your head. No one has actually come to appreciate me in this way. No one has told her that she's beautiful. Let that sink into your head. So all these things about pretty privilege, my dear, there is more to this thing, okay, than just looking pretty, wearing whatever dress. One of the things that is just becoming prominent now is people thinking that they have to show off every parts of their body to be found attractive. No, no. Dress according to occasion. Dress according to the person's likes. Find the people that would like you, they will like you. Another thing I need to know that it's not every guy that will find you attractive. I'll say find your men. Find your men is find the man that works for you. Oh my dear. It's not every guy that there is so much ethnicity, there is so much race, there is so much personalities in the world, okay? That every guy cannot be thinking that the one person is attractive. So find the people that find you attractive, like the people that like you. That's my own thing. Because those ones will always find you attractive regardless, than trying to impress those that will never like you or will never find you attractive. Because then what you'll be doing is trying to meet their standards, forgetting who you are. I hope these advices help. And finally, pray for grace. There is something, as of my last example, it takes some favor and grace to follow you to get support from others, whether you call it privilege or not. I call it acts of kindness. Okay? Because, Uh, actually, I did a blog about it where I spoke about the different acts of kindness I've received. And when I think about those things, it wasn't because my looks, it wasn't anything of those things. It's because people's heart was moved on my behalf. Some people are just polite. That's what you need to pray for because you need to ask God to meet polite people, nice people. No, actually, not polite. Actually, nice and genuine people because polite doesn't mean anything. Polite is just polite. They may not just help you. Helpful people, honestly, because some of the things I'm like, okay, did I receive that because I was good looking or what? Because I looked good that day? No, no, I could literally look all raggedy and daggedy and keep walking on my road, and maybe I'm in need of help. I look around. By God's grace, someone is always there to help OH. I'm sorry. Like there is always someone, at least if I ask, there is someone that will at least have a little bit of okay, I could help, or at least give an advice, or do something. And I realized, oh my God, in my own opinion, that's nothing to do with being good looking or having any privilege. One day, it's only because God's grace is upon my life. I keep saying favor. May favor follow me. That people that want to help me, may my helpers be coming. Okay? So basically, whilst looks can get you to some extent, yes, it can get people attracted to you, but it doesn't necessarily move people's spirits towards you to do something for you out of genuinity. And that's what I'm trying to speak about. It's not because you're giving them something back. Someone saying, for example, because of her looks, she got into a Beverly Hill mansion and stayed there for free for 6 weeks or so. I can't remember how many weeks that she said. But remember, there was another part to that. She had to go to clubs because that's part of the whole point of staying in that place. That is not a type of privilege I think you really want, because to me privilege doesn't mean trade by barter situation. It is a case of someone doing something out of their own kindness, or if they are going to do it just because you look good, they are not looking for something back. Your thank you should be enough. Okay, so you going out and a guy approaching you, thinking that you're good looking, finding you attractive, and asking you to sleep with him, doesn't necessarily mean that he finds you just pretty. Okay, and that type of privilege, that is not you getting a privilege. That type of privilege is not necessarily a privilege that you would want. That's up to you, anyways. Because that is a trade by barter situation. You just want someone to do something kind and leave it as that, out of their own genuine heart. They don't ask anything back. I can tell multiple stories where I've received such acts of kindness, whether out of my looks or out of just me being present. I have no clue. I think it's the Holy Spirit. That's the way I see it. But I'm just saying, please, honestly, start looking into yourself. Like, what kind of privilege am I actually looking for out of my looks? Is it a type of a godly privilege, or is it like a worldly privilege, which you have to pay a price for something? So, and finally, you need to remember, beauty comes in different spectrum. Remember, actually, beauty in itself is a spectrum of looks. Just find the one that you fall into and make use of it. Today I may be looking okay. I'm fine with my okay. I may just make up and be like, I'm looking fine. Okay. I decide the days I decide to do really good and really have the energy for it. Man, I could be looking all the way to any. I'll put myself like a scale of 8 at least. But then again, we have to come back down. We have to be normal sometimes. Okay? Some people are pretty every day, every time. That's created that way, but that doesn't mean that you are not. Remember, good looks and beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and who beholds you matters. On that note, thanks for listening. I hope this video helped. If it does, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Signing off, Talkinsen.